Hey everybody, this is Pastor Dustin recording for TeamNerdChurch.com, and today I have for you an innovation. I was messing around with a guy named Tony Touch on here that I met today, and we decided that we would try to gear the deck just a little bit differently than it has been before. A little bit more on the devotion side with less removal. So as you can see down here in the instance, the only removal that I'm currently carrying is Lightning Strike. This of course makes me nervous, it gives me less reach, enables me to deal with creatures less well. Put in a couple of extra mountains because in place of that I have got, where is it? Right here, Thunderbreak Regent. This card is pretty good, particularly when it has haste, comes down. I've had a couple of games where I've had down the Eidolon and the Regent, and they've still had to remove it and take 5 from it. So it's pretty crazy. I also put in these Lightning Berserkers over the Fire Drinkers, because the Fire Drinkers were always getting boarded out. And so I thought, Berserker's a pretty similar card. I don't have to take damage off of it. It can dash in later in the game when I need it to. So I'm going to try it out like that. I also went down to 3 breakthrough lines, which has got me very nervous, because I do want it in play. I'm just not wild about having multiples. And if there's not going to be a lot of enchantment removal in the format, I might keep it here. If there's going to be a lot of it, then I'll probably run all 4, just so one will get killed and then I'll be able to move in another. But that is the current deck list. The sideboard is just a big, hot mess. I have no idea what I'm doing with it. So, as always, tell me what you think, and we'll get to round 1 here. Alright, we'll roll and come up with a 7. So we have a fine enough hand. My opponent will be on the play. Let's see, we've got a 2-drop, do a 3-drop. Actually, the Dragon Whisperer might be. The Break Through the Line can be your 2-drop, but it's often pretty good later in the game when they don't expect it. And then it can come down and make a couple of guys unblockable. So there's some versatility there. Alright, so we're seeing Is It at the moment. Running a little low on the 1-drops, so we'll see what it looks like without that first turn aggressive start. I've got all different kinds of gas here. All I really need is land. Okay. So, okay, there's my land that I asked for. I can start it off here with a breakthrough line because that can't be lightning bolted. And when he's holding up red and some other colorless mana, I just kind of assume that he's got the lightning bolt and he's going to kill whatever I play. Now, I could have played the Whisperer to actually draw the lightning bolt out so I could get down a Rebel Master the next turn. That's a legitimate strategy. Right now he seems to be checking on what he should do with those 2 free mana. I'll pause for you. And we're back. He plays a Mana Confluence, taps out, all for the sake of a Rebel Master. Okay, so this is, of course, where I would prefer to have more removal. I think my plan now might be Flame Speaker and a Might. The Flame Speaker holds back the tokens pretty well. I do have a Rebel Master of my own, but then the token just jumps into his, so it's not quite as good. Having the double red up also turns on my Nykthos. Now with 5 cards in hand, there's a good chance that he just bolts this and hits me for 6, which I'm not real pleased about. This kind of board state makes me think that it would have been wiser to play the Dragon Whisperer rather than to start things off with Breakthrough Line. I would have been able to block a token and come in with my own, possibly with Rabble Master. Alright, he's making up his mind. Yep, he's going to Lightning Strike the Flame Speaker. Get me for 6, which might be difficult to come back from. Okay, I think I prefer just a lands coming up here just so I can play all my spells. And I'm getting a Thunderbreak Regent instead. I don't think there's any choice here other than Rabble Master. Gets a blocker for his tokens, gets a token of my own. Looks like he is probably, wild slashing my Rabble Master. So he is going to beat me up here. I'll be very impressed with myself if I can manage to kill off his Rabble Master in 3 tokens. Yeah, I think this is the part to just, well, I'll check my next draw. If I can get a lightning bolt or something like that on my next draw, I won't scoop. But other than that, I'll save you guys watching the giant painfulness. Because even if I do get the lightning bolt off the top, he's still got some sort of turn 3 play here and 3 goblins to go along with it. Alright, so he's holding up. Don't know what he's holding, but it can't be good. That's pretty much the end of it, right? Yeah, we'll go to game 2. So let's see. We saw a Goblin Rabblemaster, a Wild Slash, and a Lightning Strike. So we'll concede this one. Go to our sideboard. The Searing Bloods, which I apparently misspelled when I typed this list in, those can go in. Perhaps Scouring Sands, although I didn't see anything that was like specifically for tokens other than just the Rabblemaster. The question is what comes out in this situation. I suppose the Lightning Berserkers are not quite as good, just because you don't want to be pumping into them just to get removed. It looks like he's running quite a bit of removal. So I think I need to take out one more thing. I suppose it's going to be the hammer. So we'll start it up like that. See how game 2 goes. Alright, I'll get my opening 7. Unfortunately, only one of those is a mountain, and I cannot keep that. So we'll mulligan that. That's an acceptable hand. Alright, so he also mulls, so we should be about even. Ooh, gets the double mull. Okay, so he'll keep. So we have the choice between Eidolon or Dragon Whisperer. I think that I'm going to start with the Eidolon, just because we've got the tempo advantage. Whenever you have advantage, you want to press it. So if I start off with Eidolon, it'll force the most possible damage. So I can go Eidolon into Whisperer into Thunderbreak Regent if I draw well on my mana. Okay, well that's a spell I'm pretty happy to draw into. Let's see what his turn 2 is. If it is removal, I'll just replace so I can have a little bit of a clock. And if it's not, I might just hold that Searing Blood. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to hold the Searing Blood unless I get bolted here. Actually, I might. Okay, so yeah, he Wild Slashes. So I got him for 2. So I think I'm going to Eidolon, because the Eidolon will block a token if he slams Goblin Rabblemaster. And then I'll be able to untap and Searing Blood the Rabblemaster and be even. Alright, so he hits his land drop. I, of course, am not hitting my land drops after moving my account up by 2 lands, so that shows you how magic works. Okay. Alright, not what I was looking for, but Lightning Strike's also not unwanted right now. Okay. Well, I am just going to hold up for removal. Lightning Strike, if he has got, what's he got, tokens coming? Raise the Alarm. Okay. So he plays Raise the Alarm, but did not want to block the Eidolon with it. Seems a little strange, but okay. Alright, is he stuck on 3? Whoa. Nope. He makes his way up to 4. We'll happily take 2. Wait for something worth burning. He's not low enough yet to where I end a turn Lightning Strike, I don't think. Alright, Soulfire Grandmaster. I'll be happy to Searing Blood that. If he's got something to save it, then I at least get the 1 for 1. Opponent's thinking, and he wants to get some lifelink off of the Wild Slash. Alright, so he still takes 3 from Searing Blood. And I get to untap with him at 9. Okay, so he's at a virtual 6. Oh, yeah, I never put it in the graveyard. Okay, well, that's significantly less good when the Wild Slash actually does what it says on the card. So I've got 3, and I've got a Dragon Whisperer. So I suppose that's what I put down. I get 1 more mana and they get Thunderbreak Regent, which is good for at least 3, unless they've got some sort of Wrath effect. But then they had to use a Wrath effect on a single card. Okay, and I get a Flame Speaker, huh? I think what I want to do here is jump the Whisperer and hold up Lightning Strike. So I'll come with the 2/2 flyer and see if that last card in his hand is some sort of removal. Okay, so I get to hold up the Lightning Strike. If he didn't kill it there, he probably doesn't have the removal. Alright, so he's got all kinds of land. I'll happily take 2. And I will actually Lightning Strike him at the turn. Come down to 4. See if we've got any kind of response. Okay. No response. So I get to untap with 3 mana and draw a 4th. Okay. So I really only get 1 choice here. I can attack with my Whisperer. Sure. And pump him all the way through and hope he doesn't die. Or I can attack with my Whisperer and play something else out. I think I'm not going to go for the kill. I think I'm just going to attack to get him down to 2. And then post-combat, I'm going to play a Thunderbreak Regent. The only way I get punished for this is if he has End Hostilities. If he does, I look like an idiot. But otherwise, if he targets this, he dies. And I'm thinking of other outs this line of play gives him. He could have a Stormbreath Dragon. He could have Sarkhan. Game 3. Okay, I guess not Sarkhan, because Sarkhan targets it. Alright. So he wants to go to game 3. I don't think that I saw anything in that game that makes me want to change my sideboarding decisions. So I will be ready to start it. Alright, here we go. Opening hand. Plenty of lands. Dragon Whisperer. I suppose this will do it. A few more lands that I'd really like. But I do get to be up 2 cards on my opponent since I'm on the draw. Alright, so turn 2 Whisperer. We're going to try the Whisperer before the break this time. And turn 3 break to slide it through or Lightning Strike something. Seems okay. Alright, leading off with the Scryland. Passing it back over. Not a land. That's a land. Okay. There we go. I don't like not having a lot of 1-drops in the deck. I feel like a mountain that is put in on turn 1 that does not turn sideways is a wasted opportunity. But we'll see. Okay, so he doesn't have something. I've got Zergo. I think I need to hold back for the Lightning Strike. I think he's going to have something. So I'll try to play it defensively. If I can grab a Rabble Master or something like that, the next turn I can Whisper Bellstriker. Well, he's going to get me on that one, huh? Okay, well I'm going to I don't know if he is just continuing to try to play it defensively on his side or not. I'm just going to play the Bellstriker. I'm just going to leave it there so I can still hold up the Lightning Strike. This could be entirely wrong. That is, of course, why you play test. Alright, so it draws out a Lightning Strike, or a Wild Slash. turn I'll be able to Whisper with Lightning Strike back up. Or I can just, what do we got? Gonna hover? 4 mana, that's not good. Outpost Siege, that's really not good. That is 13 different types of not good. Okay. I got as many Lightning Strikes as I want now, huh? So I'm not holding anything up at this point. I just have to play it all out. Now I've got to start to race him with him being at 20. So this is a game 3 that does not look like it's in my favor. If I would have been more aggressive on that, I think I would have done quite well. It's the Lightning Strike off of the Outpost Siege. It's rough. Okay. So it looks like I'm being punished for playing this conservatively. There we go. So we're even on cards. He's got an Outpost Siege against my Breakthrough line. And as much as I like this, it's not quite Outpost Siege. Alright, sends it on over to me. To start drawing some dragons. Even more land is not dragons. It is double Lightning Strike up. I need to start getting a couple of dragons off the top if this thing's going to work out in my favor. Alright, so he pulls a Treasure Cruise off the top. Can he cast that? He's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So as long as he has another land, then he will be able to take a cruise. Alright, he's got cruise mana up. That's pretty much it for me. So if you're getting sick of watching me lose this game, skip forward to the end of the video and it'll take you over to this week's service. It's a brand new one. Or you can stick around and watch me get Treasure Cruise to death. Your call. Okay. Another mountain. Okay, well I'm getting flooded. So I'm not feeling great about my decision to go up to 23 lands at this point. This would be one of the times it would be really nice to have that little Raging Goblin with fire breathing though. Could have gotten it for 6 in that case. Maybe I needed to leave that in. Finally getting some mana tapping with 7 cards in hand. He's got the Rabble Master. We'll immediately draw a Lightning Strike. I suppose if he's got an absolutely terrible draws and will continue to do so for like 4 more turns and I get awesome draws, then I can pull this one out. Uh-oh. Is it a counterspell? If it is, I've got another Lightning Strike. Oh, it is. Bam. Not gonna happen. Till next turn, when it will probably inevitably happen. Okay. Land? Bell Striker. Alright. So this is where Bell Striker really shines. So I'm just gonna pay 1. And then I'm gonna make him unblockable. That's right. You cannot block my Bell Striker with your 0 creatures. And Wild Slash. Alright. So I have 1 mountain to his 4 cards and Outpost Siege. Alright, he gets to raise the alarm off the Outpost Siege, which is good enough. Alright, makes a couple of soldiers off the raise the alarm. Got 5 other cards in hand. Let's see what he does with them. Alright, he's also got a Soulfire. And he has got plenty of mana to be able to start buying back spells. Okay, so let's see what I get off the top. I get another mountain. Alright, even I have my limits. I'm going to concede this one. Thank you for watching. It wasn't the most informative one on the deck. I got some pretty bad draws. But you get a general idea of the tweaks that I'm thinking about. So let me know in the comment section and stay around to watch the other video. This has been Pastor Dustin recording for TeamNerdChurch.com. And this is Tuffy saying, why? Why is your deck so bad?